Good afternoon, everybody. Open tag, but I was tagged in this tag, if you like. I was tagged in a tag about the premium survival kit from Polymath Products by Andy Outdoors. Andy, mate, I've rustled something up, bit quick, sharp, but I've had a little look at it and then look at it again, mate. You know what I mean? So let me know what this is what I think. I've kept it all UK friendly, but same as you, mate. When I got mine, the first thing I was going to do was completely sort of like put my bit to it. So all kits are made to, as a base, right? And just for everybody else, these kits, they're not based on a military survival kit or anything like that. It's based around the backpacker, hiker, stroke, temporary camper. Just something to put in their bag. Okay? And like anybody who will tell you, you should always check out your kits. Always check out your kits, you know? So, it's not a military survival kit. It's not a super survivalist Bear Grylls Rainier's kit. It's to get you out of a bit of a pinch kit if you're out hiking or camping or going up Ben Nevis trainers in the middle of a blizzard. So that's what they... Right. Got the same size bag as yours, Andy. Again, I would have a separate first aid kit, but the secondary first aid kit isn't a bad thing to have. I'll go into that. I'll come into this first, okay? So let's just. I think the proviso is, or the scenario is, it's about a 5 litre bag. Well, actually, it's an 8 litre bag, but it's rolled over down. So yours isn't a 5 litre. Mine's in a 5 litre. I've got an external first aid kit. Try to keep it all within the realms of you said it, right? Now I don't know if this is what like meant to be a standalone first aid survival kit, get out of trouble kit, right? It could be. That's the sort of thing that we're aiming at, looking at. And it's possibly one of those kits that you just put down the bottom of your bag, like I say, you know what I mean? Like I've just said, like you're going out overnight or maybe it's a weekender and you want something a bit so it's all safe. Okay, I think that's the general idea, but Andy, that's about the same size. You take that off, right? About the same size, mate? About 5 litres worth, square. Right, so it's in a, that's connected by a bit of a hair bobble. To save a bit of time, I won't drag every single last item out, right? Because it's, you can imagine what my kits are like. So anyway, like whistle with the ferrocene rod, that's just a bit of earth tape round there. Top off, chem lights. I've got a large cotton handkerchief in there, right? Either that will stay in or I'll change it out for tissues, but I think that will stay in. Just a small little first aid kit, general stuff. But the main thing in here is the water system. And the water system I've gone for, glow in the dark little toggle thing, is I've got a couple of these Frontieras, right? And that's the Frontiera, little Frontiera with the 1 litre water bottle in the top and a lid, sports bottle lid. Okay, they're reasonably priced, they are, and they're charcoal, right? You don't get many gallons to it. I've got another one somewhere. I'll dig out the new one and I'll recap if I can. But they're quite good because, like I say, they're charcoal. They'll take out chemicals and stuff. Like I say, water bottle. Okay, so that's that was in the first aid kit. Connected by a whistle. I've got a water filter system in there. I've got a first aid kit in there. I've got a big cotton triangle, square in there, and a chem light. Okay, right, look, just so you can see, right, this is rolled up quite a fair bit, right. I've gone for the softer version, just on dry bags. If you want 5 litres worth of storage space in your dry bag, you should go for the 8 litre, 6 litre bag. You should always try to make it bigger so you can get the plenty in and plenty of turns. It's the turns that make these bags seal. But anyway, bag. This is an 8 litre bag. Again, blowing at the dark toggle. There's a pouch. That's the last of the bag. Bag could be used. That's the kit proper. Again, blowing the dark toggle. Just leave that there so you can. I'll put it on there so you can see it. Try to keep it in shot so you know I'm not doing any tomfoolery. It's just a first aid kit going off the bench here. Again, springy, blowing the dark toggle. Cordage. That's tactical cord from Limitless Equipment. That's the longer length version. I've got some more somewhere, but tactical cord. It's got the fire cord in it and a chem light. And here I got these just relatively recently, so what I've gone for is another chem light in a big bright orange poncho, just in case, you know what I mean. If you think I don't know if we're coming from, he hasn't got anything, or right. So let's just presume that. Right. So we've done the first aid cover. We've got the semi-little decent water filter in there. We've got a coat or a jacket. Got some cordage, right? This is the kit, the tin. Okay, so again, run the dark toggle. Pop your seeds, rolled over enough. First item out, whistle, 2 chem lights. Again, run the dark toggle. The bag. Now, I've tore this bag, but I would have it in another big bag like this, like a Ziploc bag. It's in a Ziploc bag. Half a mess tin. Half a mess tin, I knew his sister. As you can see, straight off the top, for a poncho. The emergency bag. Let's just come out like that. So we have the emergency bag, we then have the poncho, we've got another emergency bag, so that's 2 of those big bags. We've got a poncho in there, and we've also got a space blanket in there. So for cover, poncho, foil blanket, foil poncho, foil silver sleeping bag, foil orange sleeping bag. I've added the instructions in, I've kept the instructions in. Bit of morale, bit of a heads up, you know what I mean? You don't know who's using the kit. Half a cheap mess tin. Okay, so the mess tin. Okay. Again, one of those glow in the dark stretchy bands. Got the instructions in there, and the hot chocolate on the top. It is what it is, that's what I've done. And then the box, I'll keep the box in view. So the box, like Andy says, the gasket, I wouldn't try removing it. I think he's in talk with Polymath Products, that should be changed to a removable one, preferably, so I agree with him on that. But the lid with a unremovable gasket so you couldn't cook with it. Can you see what I've done there? Okay, so what we've got here is the that's the gel handy. I've kept the gel in. I'm also a big Hexiblock fan, but I tried to keep in as much of the original kit as I could. I just changed it. I'm going to buy another one of these kits and do my version, because I'm thinking about using this sort of setup. So I've kept the extra gel in there. In here, that's a little Walker. Now it's in the box, right? That's a little Victorinox penknife. But if I took that out of the box, that there is a hiker, right? So I'm not quite sure, but there's the Walker in there at the minute. If I took the Walker out of the box, if I took the hiker out of the box, I could get the hiker in. But pocket knife with a little saw. Little feather seam rod, BCB, feather seam rod striker, and a stretchy glow in the dark thing. So if I was out and about, those two would be joined up, kept somewhere safe. Some more of that Tacti-Glow cord, the smaller lengths like you get in the small tins. Some of that, a couple of zip ties. I kept the candle mint cake in. Got a crank power torch in there. I also kept the cord stranded. That's stranded, that is 7-strand cord. As is that, and there's a fire cord in it. Top tin. Just a lid. Tampons, Mad Dog, jewels, little flint wheel, one of those little flint strikers. Down in the bottom of there, can you make that on the bottom there? That's the wax jute twine that came with this kit. So the wax jute twine that comes with the kit, 3 small tampons, 4 Mad Dog jewels, and a little brass flint striker, cigarette lighter flint striker type thing. Okay, so that goes in there. I'm going to lose my box if I'm not careful. Fits nicely in this silver tin, so we're still getting there. Look, this little goldy tin, brass tin, pencil, another whistle, with a feather seam rod and striker, but that's in the packet. We've got little button torches in there. Scalpel blades and a one-sided Stanley knife blade. Some blades in there. That's glow in the dark tape. I kept the expanding towelette. These are priceless bits of kit. Should maybe add more of them. Tiny little bit of gaffer tape come out of some kits that I got. Got a little fishing kit in there again. Glow in the dark tape. Nothing special. Hooks, lines, sinkers. Hooks, lines, sinkers, 8-pound line. A few little safety pins. There's a sewing kit that I've added to. You see that there, it's got a needle threader in. A couple more safety pins, a couple of buttons. And that's the sewing kit that came with the kit. Right, Andy, your point, it's up to you what you do with your kit, but you see these little sewing kits here like this, they've got more than one use, mate. If it comes down to staying out and catching food and that, you can make like fishing traces and that, lures and that, you know what I mean? So I'll just put that to one side on the top of there. So that's in there, that was in a little tin. Little SOS tin, right, I'll just put that there and I'll come back to that. The water bag that comes with the kit. The fold up stove that comes with the kit. The wooden spatula that comes with the kit. And the paper that comes with the kit. In the bottom of there. had this tin in there. I'll go through this quickly. SOS. And on the top, look, so it so the mirrors don't stick to the top. What that came up there was 2 alcohol wipes. It's just, there's a bit of a vacuum in these little mirrors stick to the top, but not signal mirrors, they're inspection mirrors. One's from the kit, and I added one, paper thin, no weight at all, handy. I've kept the button compass in there. I'll tell you why. I agree with you, Andy, about your and your thoughts about compasses. You should have a compass with you, but on button compasses I'm not a big fan at all. But if that's the same compass that's in the nav bead, I don't think it is, but you know the nav beads, I'm pretty confident in them, so I'll probably rotate that out for a glow in the dark one. I've only got one, but I use that for my pacer beads, so I'd probably rotate that out for the glow in the dark version of the nav bead. So that's why that's in there, just to represent that. But I agree with you on compasses. We'll have a look at the nav beads. So the compass is in there. There's another one of them little button torches in there. The water purification tablets, 10 of 2023. Don't forget we've got the water straw. There's a bit more fishing line in there and a little bit of cordage. 2 lots of lift fishing line. It's in there. There's a little screw on red LED in there. That's in there. More safety pins. That's in there. Some sort of picture wire. I think it's steel wire, but I'm not quite sure it would be steel, but it's quite firm, you know what I mean? So some firm wire. So that looks like 8-pound brass wire. Again, that's thicker brass coil wire. Again, thick stiff brass wire. Candle. Couple of zip ties. Little wire saw. Coffee filter bag type thing. And some tin foil. Alright, that's what I had in there. That's my version of it so far. So just let me know what you think about that one, Andy. See what you think. Like you say, you're right, I'm kit mad, mate. You know, I love it. It's been a nice little I quite enjoyed doing it, Andy, you know what I mean? A nice little break from some of the things that are going on. Good shout, mate. You know what I mean? Quite enjoyed doing that. The road goes quite in nicely, look. I say it's not jam-packed. So that was the SOS tin. That goes in there. A little bit of odds and sods kit. Got some blades in there. The fishing kit went in there. A little towelette, that went in there. Button torch, that was in there. Whistle with a feather rod, that went in there. And a pencil. Could have a pencil. Bit of gaffer tape. That was also in there. Okay, so that went like that. That goes in there like that. So it's not all like quite, you know, massively jam-packed, but it's all in there, isn't it? It's all in there. So the torch, that went in there. Get the handle to the outside. To the outside, so it's nice and flat for the Kendall's mint cake. That went in there. The cordage that goes down the bottom. Little poke here and a poke there. Some more cordage that can go in there. Also, we've got the fire gel that was pushed up in there somehow. We've got the pocket knife in its box. That went in there like that. The striker and the glow in the dark toggle. That went down the side there. I just did the same rod. As you can see, it's all in there again. And like I say, if I took that walker out of the box, I could fit that hiker in it, right? But there's a little penknife in there. There we go, nicely closed up again, not any great deal. The instructions, hot chocolate inside the instructions, like so. Instructions in between those two little things. Little glow in the dark taggy thing. That went in that mess tin like that. That emergency bag went there. The poncho went there. And the blanket went there, I think. No, hang on. No. Yes. The blanket in the bag, one of the bags goes in there like that. Poncho to the top. Sleeping bag to the bottom. And that goes inside that bag like you see, like you showed me take it out. There you go, Andy. And what I'll do is, well, that's it. I thought that wasn't too bad. Tell me what you think. I managed to keep it all UK legal. I was thinking about putting one of them on. You know, in the real world, I would want a bigger knife. So something sort of like an Eldris or something like that, but they're nice and thin. Right, so in the real world I'd want a fixed blade knife. And if we're going for the kid who didn't know absolutely nothing, I'd probably add building a fire, shelter building, and some knots. You know what I mean? If they didn't know anything, I'd probably add something like that in. On the proviso that's you're opening up with a bag with this kit, but possibly something like that. Alright, that's how I do it for you. I appreciate you your shout. It's an open tag. If you've got one of these, premium survival kits, I think the open tag is 5 litres worth of space. And what would you add and take out of that bag? Andy had a plastic survival bag. I would have gone for one of those, Andy, right? But about the same size, mate. About the same size. Poncho. So that's what I went for. Because I've got 2 bags. A poncho. 2 bags. And a sheet. So I thought should be alright with that. Okay, so that's the open tag from Andy Outdoors. What would you add, take away on one of those if you've got one? Like I say, Andy, I would go for hex also, but like I said, I just wanted to keep as much of the original kit in as physically possible. Don't forget chem lights and whistles. Look, I mean, there's no size to them at all, and chem lights are a priceless bit of kit, so there's lots of chem lights everywhere. Little boo-boo kit like that, you know what I mean? It's plasters and that, like I say, I haven't opened it because I would add to one of that, but something like that in there I would go for in something like this, right? So I had that in there. Oh. There I go. Sorry people. I had a water filter system in there. okay, and a water bag filled with the top. That was in there. Took a little bit of room, mind you, but it was in there. Health and hygiene, if you like, whatever. There was a chem light in there, and a fair size bright cotton, and it is cotton bandana, and I'd use that for like hygiene or filtering, you know what I mean, pre-filtering. That's a bit of flagging it up, so you know, kind of multi-purpose type thing. Like I said, I'd always add to a first aid kit, but that's, you can fit a fair bit in there, you know. Cotton triangle bandages get in there, and a few other little bits and bobs. Good tag, open tag. Thought that was alright. And then the bags, like I said, the main bag was an 8 litre bag, but you saw it was only right down to 5 litre size. Approximately about the same size as yours, guesstimating at the size of they'll carry more bag. There you go, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I say, I'll do another video on this, Andy, right? And what I'll do is I'll buy another one of them kits, right? And then have that is just that box is that size. Take everything out and put what I think in, right? Because like I say, you know, like you said, I like making kits, mate. It's important pastime. But approximately the same size as yours, right? About the same size as yours. And where you had the polythene bag, I've gone for a poncho, about the same size, possibly lighter. And I was going to go on the proviso that the kid didn't have, or nobody had the first aid kit, but I would have that kit with it. That's what I would go for with the water system. Alright.